Good evening, brothers, fellows of the Upsilon Sigma Phi. Tonight, we are showing to you the Sun Podcast and launching a project, the brainchild of our chairman, Eric. Magandang gabi.
Magandang gabi, Brother Tito.
Yes.
My pleasure to be here.
Nako, alam mo, when you first mentioned podcast, I had to Google.
What a podcast is.
Yeah, alam ko ano yung pod.
Okay.
Alam ko yung cast. Di ba? So I had to Google and then immediately I called up another Brad, Martin, and who has been generously sharing ideas with us, and he even volunteered, except that it had to happen after the elections. And of course, all his candidates won. Congratulations, brother. But still, the focus is on you, your goal. Why a podcast, brother?
I wanted the public to know the Upsilonians, how varied and different we are, no? From the ones in public service to the brads in business, to the brads in different fields, no? And I think iba kasi yung dating ng written articles versus podcast. If you watch podcasts, I have my own favorite podcast.
You do?
On Spotify. Joe Rogan, for example. I watch that among other podcasts. And it's really different if the interviewer spends time talking about the interviewee's life. No, it's you get to know the person, and that's what I wanted. Sana for the public to get to know the Upsilonians.
The Upsilonians. But of course, we have to get to know you because your ascension as chairman of Upsilon, not many know about you. I mean, you were in the previous boards. And what was it in your time spent in the previous boards that you said, oh, I'm going to make a difference in Upsilon if I become a chairman? What was it?
I had the privilege of serving in the 2021 to 2023 board as the corporate secretary. No, the brainchild of that idea was pre-COVID, brother. Would you believe I was the host for almost a year of weekly Saturday Zoom inuman? Zoom inuman. Kasi lockdown, Brad. So, halos isang taon ako ang host ng Zoom namin habang nagiinuman kami.
What were you doing? I mean, how are you hosting?
You send out a Zoom link and then the kabatches join in. Minsan konti kayo, minsan marami kayo. It starts at 8, ends at around midnight. Minsan 2:00 ng madaling araw. Wala, kwentuhan lang kayo. Walang magawa, lockdown.
Interesting.
And it was during that period that the seed of the idea was brought out that maybe the 86 can serve in the fraternity. And there were 4 of us that decided to serve. That was President Ed Sunico. And then there was our UNA awardee, Alan Austriaco. And our very generous kabatch, Louis Yu, and myself.
Okay.
So that's where the first tenure of service was. And after it ended, I got a compliment from Chairman Roel Castro. He's trying to recruit me to join the next term. Sabi ko, mamamahing muna ako, Chairman Roel, kasi medyo nakakapagod yun. 2 taon sa isang term.
Yeah, corporate.
So sabi ko, pahinga, sabi ko. But I intend to come back. So sabi niya, babalik ka ba? Anong gusto mo as chairman? Sabi ko, hindi ko lang, maybe as president, di ba? Nagsalitang anghel pala to si Chairman Ruel. And so, it was that experience and seeing how, you get to see how brothers serve each other. And that's why I said, sige, I want to serve again.
Okay. So, of course, years, exposure to different boards, different leadership styles, and then building on the gains of one administration to the other. But, of course, we do have our favorites. things that you thought about. Now, what if I become chairman and then Upsilon will be like this? We're gonna achieve this. I mean, top three that you can share to the Brads tonight.
Top three, I suppose, out of honor and respect and the fruition of the UMAP, the Upsilon Medical Assistance Program, no, that began during the term of Chairman Martin and President Ed Sunico. And we're halfway there in the amount for the raising of the funds. Uh, that's half here in the Philippines and half with our fellows in USPNA, no? So I think we will be able to reach our budget or target mark. So that's number one. I think I really want to close that project. Second is our ULAP, no, the Upsilon Legal Assistance Program. Hindi lang naman ang mga doktor ang tumutulong sa kapwa, Brad. Ang mga abogado ng Upsilon,
Madami ba?
ang matagal nang tumutulong. There are three social media groups. The one in WhatsApp is about 100. There are two in Viber, about 80 and 70.
Of Brads or
Brads,
lawyers?
of lawyer Brads, di ba? Matagal nang tumutulong rin ang mga lawyer Brads, except that we haven't been able to organize ourselves
Okay.
the same way that Brad Bill Romero and Alan Austriaco organized the UMAP. No? So that's one pet project na I hope will be successful. It's not as I don't want it to be. I don't think it to be based on a financial package like the financial assistance program of the UMAP. No, more service based, and I think that is the success of UMAP. It is actually the doctors immediately serving the Brads. No? Similarly, ganyan din ang gusto ko sana mangyari sa ULAP. We call it ULAP. And then the third is I did not really expect to develop this as a program, but based on, as you may know in our recent board meetings, that there appears to be really a need by student Brads now for financial assistance in their studies, no? Whether thesis, whether other academic requirements. I did not want to be a source of dole out. Sana ang Alumni Association. Pero mukhang we must address the consistent needs of resident fellows who need assistance, and hopefully this scholarship program that we are still developing now will also bear fruit.
So, okay, you mentioned UMAP. It had two functions. One is you had to set a financial goal. And as you mentioned, we're already halfway through it. And you would want this term, this year, these 2 years, to close the amount, the
right.
goal that we
That's
have
right.
set. The other is the service part, which you mentioned as the meat of it.
The meat of
You have the volunteer doctors giving their talent, their time and resources personally, because I would say the time spent with the client, with the Brad, helping even relatives. And then now we have the ULAP, which you mentioned is something, it's more of service. Na it will not have some financial goal, but still there might be. And then now to assist on education. So that one, would you say is more financial?
Yes, there are two loan products that we're thinking of, right? An amount that is non-interest bearing, about 100,000. Hopefully, based on what we've been discussing, it'll be non-interest bearing. It's 100,000 max and payable in a year. And then the other one is about 200,000. It's interest bearing and payable, I think, anywhere from a year to 5 years. Now, I will leave that up to the committee that's being tasked to handle it now. And the funding for the non-interest bearing is we will go out and look for an allocation for that now. So right now, I have a few target in mind. For the first year, I'm gonna target about 1 million. I think that will be easily raised. As for the 200, I think I'm thinking of tapping the funds that we have raised and are placing into investments now. So our target investments for the UMAP is 5% at least now. I think we're hitting that. I think 6-7% now. So I'm proposing that, and hopefully with the support of the board, we take about not more than 10% of the investments there, the restricted investments, and allot it for BRADs who may need financial academic assistance. So, and then there are other options also. We can do pass the hat for other large requirements of BRADs on a case-to-case basis, diba? Because there are many BRADs many generous BRADs who really help out other BRADs who need financial assistance. And they do it quietly, they do it on their own, they don't tell. We just need to connect them together.
Network. Yeah, that's really a great idea. And I believe when you spoke at the Congress, all these were just up there. And now we are already on the first quarter. We're done with the
Yes.
first quarter. We're collecting our dues. Hey guys, pay your dues. Yeah, it goes to our operations. And what would make the BRADs to support this? I mean, we all want to help. We're men who's supposed to use our talents and abilities for the good of the community. But how do you now harness the goodwill that the Upsilon has generated outside of the fraternity? Our clients, our corporate sponsors, our friends in the industry. Is that why you have a podcast?
No, I haven't gone so far as to think that these projects would be funded solely on the basis of the podcast, kumbaga, di ba? For example, our main fundraising guy is Kari Kalimlim, di ba? So the strategy to raise the balance of the UMAP is to hold 2 golf tournaments and a raffle for this year and next year, diba? And our target is to raise 8 million pesos, diba?
Yes.
So I'm very confident that Kari can do it because he has already bragged that he has completed the funding for the raffle of the vehicle.
My lips are sealed.
So and then I think Kari is also a UNO awardee because of among other things of how much he has helped the BRADs now. So I don't know if the podcast will in any way help the fraternity do some fundraising. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But maybe it will. No, you're right. I never looked at it that way. But maybe it will.
Or maybe increase our membership.
And increase our membership. And I really wanted the podcast to change the way the UP community, whether alumni or residents, may perceive us to be. I really wanted them to see that Upsilonians are very down to earth and that we're no different than the other UP residents and the other UP alumni. Baka lang minsan medyo may palo, may driven, 'di ba? That sometimes that I see that inherent in most Upsilonians, no? How we try to instill that what's your 5-year plan, what's your 10-year plan, 'di ba?
Right.
'Di ba? So talagang so but otherwise we are fathers, we are brothers, and we're ordinary people. We are your neighbors. We are your officers in the homeowners association. I mean, that's what we are.
Now, who is Eric? Who is Eric? I understand someone took, he is now a Brad. A son of yours is now a Brad. How do you feel?
Oh, that's. I have 4 children. My eldest is already an architect. She's a she's a Deltan. She's 31 years old, and she works in Italy. And then I have 3 sons. I have my eldest son is Migs Pilapil 2021. I'm very proud to say that he's an incumbent Vice Illustrious Fellow. And I have he's a newly minted Brad Brix Pilapil, batch 2025. Although he's only a year younger than his brother. He just enrolled in his master's sa UP. So I would like to think one primary reason is so that he could join the Upsilon.
Upsilon. Talaga, walang, sige, I won't pay your tuition unless you join.
No.
Nothing.
It is his brother who tells me that Brix had always wanted to join Upsilon. I'm very, any father who has sons, I would think is very proud to have a son.
I'm very happy for you. Yeah,
So,
very good. But who was your mentor? I mean, how did you get into Upsilon?
I had I remember it was the first time I heard about Upsilon was from my tita who was UP dentistry. And then I don't know, it's all providential that when I entered UP as a BA Poli-Sci student, diba? My block hunters were Upsilonians. The 84s were my block, I remember.
Right.
So, I remember vividly Mike Oreta was one of the block hunters, diba? So, and our president of the block then, Bob Ginto, eventually got recruited ahead of me in 86. And when I found out, sabi ko, ako rin, Bob, sali ako, diba? So, ayun. And then, after graduating from Poli-Sci and the College of Law, the first job I got was a referral from my kabatch. Kabatch is John Abad, the son of Mon Abad, batch 66, diba? I batch, I need a parking lot employment while I study for the bar, under bar ako. Dito ka, sabi ng dad ko, dito ka sa PNCC. At that time, he's the president of PNCC, di ba? And he interviewed me, and then the head of legal was Paul Davis, who is, the tatang of my tatang, Cochise Bernabe, 81, di ba? So it's a small world, and, I feel sometimes my life with Upsilon is really providential. So that's the Eric Pilapil, and that's how Upsilon has affected my life. And my principal now, he's not an Upsilonian, he's the proponent of the Skyway among many other projects. I met him during those PNCC days. I've been working with him for 27 years. So that's basically Eric Pilapil.
So we talk about that red cap in front of us. When I first saw it, I'm like, Moga? Moga.
Mali.
Moga.
Muga.
Muga. All right. But yeah, okay. Tell us about it.
Like all batches or like all Viber groups, there are pro-Trumpers and
Oh.
anti-Trumpers, diba?
Okay, okay.
And then when Trump won, and we had a bet going on in the Batch Viber group. Yung mga matalo, yung mga pro-Biden or anti-Trump, will treat us for lunch. And so we were having lunch. And during the course of that lunch, which was entirely coincidental, I announced that I would like to serve again in the board, diba? So of course the kabatches said they would support me. And then one kabatch, George Lorenzana, says that we need to have a tagline for you. Di ba? Sabi, sige, batch, ano? Ito alam ko na. Muga. Anong sabihin ng muga? Di ba? Make Upsilon great again. Mali! Eh ano? Make Upsilon great always. Okay. Sabi niya. And he sponsored the making of the caps. So sabi ko, sige, let's, as part of announcing to the fraternity that, and the brads that I would like to serve again, he sponsored some of the caps and it's caught on a bit, diba? So, I don't think there is a brad that would not find Make Upsilon Great Again a tagline that they can adopt.
Yeah, and for me,
Always,
personally,
Upsilon Great,
yeah.
always.
That's a very good tagline because it talks of continuity,
So,
you know, sustainability.
so,
Yes.
so,
We're always great.
yes, diba? We shouldn't be satisfied. We should continue to be driven to try and, live up to the long shadows of our senior brads before us, diba? And popular or not, or known or not, diba? We always find examples.
But when, I fly to Manila to attend our fellowships and somehow managed not to get removed from the plane first flight out of intoxication. But bridging the gap because we're how many? 4,000?
Yes.
Strong?
Yes, about 4,000.
And we have many fellowships that are happening. But there are also other brads who are not able to attend our fellowships. What's the plan? I mean, how do we reach out to them? Is there like a network like what they did, in the elections, di ba? There's a lista. parang a network, a web. Aside from batch, because not all batches are really close to each other. There's a batch A, batch B, and
I think technology has provided the backbone of how fellowships are now existing. Diba? I mean, the social media platforms. Of course, as you know, one of the first things we did was we asked the Eric Mendoza 2003 to do an inventory of all the social media platforms. Diba? So, daming brads na who connect through social media.
Yes.
Diba? And even our board meetings, social media is permissible through the Zoom link. No? So, of course, as you may know, one of the backbones also of our project is to develop our IT assets. We are launching or have already launched by the time of this video, the new directory. Ito pang podcast natin. Diba? And these are all tools that will hopefully help us diba? Connect with each other. And ako, I encourage hindi mo naman mapagbabawalan, hindi mo naman kanya-kanyang grupo di ba? And I try to, I've been to the Cubao Rangers, I've seen them in the Cubao Rangers Viber group, I've been to the Alabang Fellowship, diba? I've been to the Whiskylonians, ang dami, and it's so heartwarming to be in all those fellowships and how the brads welcome you.
Mm.
Talaga namang, di ba? It's good to be an Upsilonian when you're having those fellowships with the
Right,
brads.
right.
So
Yeah.
I welcome all of these, IT and social media as tools that the brads are using, and also that we are also as a board using, di ba?
And not everyone are always in the front line, main line, sideline. Some just fade away, some, and
Alam mo naman na natural talaga yan, Brad, dito, talagang kahit kami may mga kabatch na, di ba? But when we can, we try to bring them to the fold.
Yes.
Di ba? So, parang residente din, di ba? Merong nawawala, merong after a while, babalik, di ba? So, it's a cycle of life and of Upsilonian.
So, Brads, you've heard from our chairman, Eric, the agenda for this administration. The top three, which is the medical assistance, the legal assistance, and now the educational assistance. And of course, meron pang isa. To be able to connect with one another, we're going to be using the technology to be provided for by Eric's
Mendoza. Company.
Yes. And through this podcast, which we are showing only tonight, right? After this, we will be launching the Sun Podcast, which is for the public, which is really to improve or show who we really are. Yes. Upsilonians in the marketplace na maaasahan, na tumutulong sa bayan, na wala tayong magagawa. We were born with the good looks, eh. Or we learn how to look good, and that's not a fault. Actually, it opened the hearts of many, to Upsilonians. So we're really excited for this year. Yung first quarter natin, pukpuk, and we will see all the fruits of this as time goes by. So congratulations in advance, no? And
with the help of the board,
yes,
and the brads.
Yes. So Tito Mora, your host for tonight, and our chairman, the brainchild of this podcast. And of course, we have to thank Martin Andanar, who is providing for his team to produce this podcast. The equipment, the editing, the production, and all that for Upsilon. We are holding it at the very place where he was welcomed to the fellowship. I think he got lost. Maybe he came here blindfolded.
Buti lang, this is not for public consumption.
No, it's not. It's not.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
So thank you very much, Chairman.
Thank you,
So,
Brad.
yes.
Thank you. Thank you.